Come stand on your mat. I've got a couple of sets of weights out, ready to go. Nice wide stance. Take the arms down beside you. Take a moment to find a concentration point out in front, or just close the eyes and bring it inward. Bring attention and awareness to breath, to body moving together here. Start with the rise in the chest on every inhale, the fall on every exhale. In today's Triple B, we've got a little bit of everything. And if we work the front side of the body, we'll then work the back side of the body. Also some lateral movement out to the side as we do core, upper, and lower. All right, from here, bend the knees and then reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, a little bend in the knees again as you take a forward fold, touch down, fingertips to the earth. Make the legs a bit straighter to stretch through the back of the legs. And then heel toe the feet maybe even a little bit wider apart as you work a bit side to side. Here in the lateral position, take right fingertips towards the left leg and vice versa, just kind of skating back and forth. Stay on one side and turn over that leg into a low lunge. With the hands both to the inside of the foot so you have a little bit more space. Rock a little forward and back here. Keeping the movement going with the stretch as a way to warm up the body. Stay in the low lunge with the knee bent. Take the same hand up to the sky for the twist. Okay. Take both hands back down to the floor. Walk your way across center on over to the second leg. So you turn into the low lunge. And again, with both hands to the inside for a little more access. Rock the legs forward and back. Stay with the bent knee. Same hand up to the sky, again in the revolved or twisted lunge. Bring the hand back down. Again, walk the hands towards the center in a straddle, wide-legged forward fold. And then move both hands to the waist. Press down into your feet. Come all the way upright. Heel toe the legs together. And give a little bit of a shake. Come towards the back end of the mat. We'll keep going with our warm-ups and our Triple B sun salutation. So inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Nice long stretch down the back of the legs. And then walk the hands forward to downward facing dog. Twisted down dog. Bring the right hand, hold on to the left leg. Hold on to the outside of the leg and try to pull the body a bit through. And then set the right hand back down and try it on the second side. Left hand holds on to the right leg. Look underneath. Both hands back down. Come forward to plank pose. Cross body mountain climbers, meaning match your right knee towards the left elbow here. And back, it's very slow. Left knee towards the right elbow. And back, just one more each side to the right. And left knee. Step the feet up to the hands, stand up. Body weight squats. Again, nice and slow here this first time around. Squat and lift 4 times. Count of 1, 2 to go down. A count of 1, 2 to stand up. Do it one more time. Looking for our full, nice, low range. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Walk the feet back to downward facing dog. And then that inchworm finishes off by walking the hands back to the feet. Stand, lift the arms all the way up to the sky. All right, let's do it again much quicker. Forward fold. Walk it out. Twisted down dog. Right and left. This time 8 mountain climbers, quicker. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Step, jump up to your standing and go for the squats. 8 a little quicker. 1, 2, 3. That nice squeeze of the glutes and press of the hips forward as you stand. Trying to go nice and low, send the weight back towards the heels. And hands bow back down to the mat. Downward facing dog. Hands walk to the feet. Inchworm it in. Inhale, lift the arms up. Let's do one more for good measure here. Forward fold. Walk the hands out. Find a pace that works for you. If this is a little too quick or a little too slow, we're looking to really get the body nice and warm. From the twisted down dog, go into those mountain climbers, cross body. Up to the body weight squats. Knees stay right over the second and third toes. Make sure to keep your chest lifted here. Don't let it sink down and forward. Exhale, blow out the air as you stand. Hands to the feet, feet to the back of the mat. Hands again, try to chase the feet. Stand up, arms to the sky. And release the hands down by your side. Ready to go, nice and warm. So the structure today, we're gonna do a set of core exercises, and then we'll move into our upper body. We'll come back to that core. We'll move into the lower body, and we come back to the core again. The core is the same all the way through. Start down on your yoga mat. All right, so place your hands back behind you. I'm calling these in and outs. With weight in the hands, bend the elbows, kind of lean back into it. Lift the feet off of the ground. Go into an out position, which is a boat with some hold in the hands, and the in is the lift. Do that 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Same thing, but lean onto one hip and go in and out 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lean over to the other side. So we get into the obliques here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we flip all the way over to lie onto our belly. So if that's working, rectus abdominis and obliques. Here we go for strengthening in the spine and the back. Reach the arms out in front of you. Back extensions. Come up to goddess arms as you lift the chest. Lower and extend the arms. This is 10 times. Lift and lower. Feet can stay on the ground, or float up. For 3, extend and lower. 4, and lower. 5, and lower. 5 more right here. 5, 6, 2 more. 1, and last one for this round. Press back to child's pose, hips to your heels. Take a pause, a couple of breaths. That is our break in between. Okay, and then stand all the way up. If you had set out 2 sets of weights, you want the lighter set here. I'm using 5-pound weight in each hand. We're going to do 3 full sets of the arms before we return back to the core. So watch me first. It's a complex movement. We do a hammer curl. So dumbbells are like candlesticks. They come all the way up for the hammer curl, all the way down. And then we're going out to a side raise. About shoulder height, little bend in the elbows. Should be able to see the weights on your peripheral vision. And then lower down. From there, tricep kickback. So bend the knees, chest goes forward, weight straight down in front. And then like a row, you pull up, kick back, pull back in, straight down, stand up, and the whole thing starts again. So we've got this from the hammer curl 10 times. Stick with my pace for the first few, and then if you go faster or slower, that's totally fine. Hammer curl up and down, side raise up and down. Lean forward, bend the knees, pull the elbows in, extend straight back, back in and down. Stand up. So we hammer curl up and down, side raise out, up and down. Tricep kick back, forward, arms in, kick back, in, down, and stand. Keep going. Find a pace that works for you, whether it's staying with me or a little faster or slower on your own. So this is 3. And we come up into number 4. Hammer, side raise, tricep kick back. In that side raise, make sure you're not lifting higher than the line of the shoulders. No swinging. We want good tension right there at shoulder line. In the tricep kickback, as you lean forward, make sure you're still looking out a couple feet in front of you. I get talking and sometimes lose count. Feel free to count on your own. I'm pretty sure I'm on number 6 for the curl here. Always finding your breath, a good exhale on the most effort. 7. Number 8. And you'll notice as we go through these repetitions, even just a few pounds of weight in the hands can get quite heavy. If it's heavy to the point of making you lose your form, structure, you have something lighter to go down to, switch it out. I think that's 10 for me. If not, you can always set down the weights and do full body weight. A lot of good to be said. Again, we're going to go through all sets of the arms before we find the core again. Give yourself a couple more breaks, that sip of water, and then we'll go right back into it. Lots and lots of repetition to build the strength here. All right, hold on to those weights again, and let's go for it. 10 rounds, hammer curl, out to the side. Tricep kickback. And stand up for 1. Here's 2. Number 3. I mentioned scaling down to lower, lighter weights. You can, of course, always challenge yourself, scale up if you feel like you need a little bit more resistance. Lifting heavier weights often is what gets the job done for folks. I talk to many personal or PTs, physical trainers that will, physical therapists, sorry, losing my words here, that recommend heavier weights, especially for women. Don't be afraid to go up. I'm on number 5 here. Tone in the abdomen, the core the entire time. We do core-specific exercises, but everything you do should be with attention to core the whole way through. Okay, this should be the last curl and lift. Tricep kickback for this set. Set the weights down, get your hands free again. A little bit of reach and stretch, whatever feels nice in between. We've got one more set of that same hammer curl side raise to tricep kickback. And then we set it aside completely and move back to core. All right, let's get into the last one. I'm feeling like giving a couple of reps a try with the heavier weights. You can always split stance, one foot in front of the other. Especially if you're going heavier. Whoops. To make this more doable. Number 2. Nice steady pace, whatever you've chosen. Try to stay with it. Good guide to know if the weight is still right for you. Full range of motion the whole time. 4 good reps. I'm going to drop my set down to the lighter pair again. It's a great way to start thinking about lifting heavier, lifting lighter. Give it just a couple of reps. And on to 6. Good. Try to stay relaxed in your shoulders. Don't let them lift up to the ears. Even though there's lots of repetition here, think of each exercise on its own. Full due concentration. All right, if you're with me, I'm on number 9. 2 more. Thinking I'll be happy to let these go. Next week, there's no live Triple B class, but I'm gonna have a recording. It's gonna be many of these same exercises in a circuit. All right, set those down so that we can see how the body continues to build and strengthen. Keep things fresh and interesting by just changing up the format. Okay, we go back down to core here. It's that same in and outs and then into the back extensions. If you want to get really challenged here, instead of bracing the hands behind you, keep them to your center. No hands in the in and outs. It's 5 forward and 5 to each side. Rectus abdominis going into obliques. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switching over. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For me, those in and outs will quickly start to recruit the hip flexor. And so phasing the sets in throughout the workout helps to keep that from happening. Go down for back extensions, belly down. I recommend feet wide on the mat, but staying down, because 10 reps here always feels like a lot. Pull for 1 and release. For 2. It's just half a beat as you come up. Hold, squeeze, and release. For 4. And 5. 6. 7. Release. 8. 9. And 10. Child's pose, press back. Take about 30 seconds to just release right in here. Nice and heavy, hips towards the heels, good stretch out through the chest, hands forward, look a little past the fingertips. Breathe into the chest. Belly, ribs, chest. Chest, ribs, belly. Okay, make your way back up to standing. For the legs section here, lower body, it's around the world lunges into calf raises. So this one for me is tricky because you do need a little bit of room. I'm going to show you how you can do everything on the space of just your yoga mat, or to use a little bit of room off of the mat. So showing first, here's a round the world lunge. We go to the front, to the side, and to the back. I'm simply holding weights down by the side to give it a little bit more resistance. You step forward into that 90-90 lunge. Notice nice deep bend in both knees here, and propel yourself back. From there, you go to the side in a lateral lunge and come back in. That's where I obviously went off the yoga mat. And then that same foot steps behind you and back in. If you're working in a smaller space and need to just use the length of your yoga mat, think of it forward, turn, side, turn, back. Yeah? Okay, so we're gonna do 10 of those, completely stepping just the right foot to the front, side, and back. Here we are. It's a pretty short lunge step as you go forward, both knees bend, and in, lateral, and in, back, and in. That's 1. We've got 2, around the world. And in, all the way back, and in. Same thing here with the weights. Feel free to hold something heavier. I am going lighter because I know there is a lot of repetition. Maybe I'll challenge myself a little later in these reps to pick it up a notch. But I want to make sure I'm nice and warm, feeling comfortable with the complex movement. And I think we're on 5. In yoga, I would usually be taking a much longer lunge stance. You'll notice this is shorter, both knees in that deep bend. Seven. And in. Number 8, around the world. Keep going, all on the same side. The second set, we'll switch to the left leg. And the third set, we'll do 5 and 5 each side. Last around the world right here. And then with 2 feet together, this one's nice and simple. You stay lifted, shoulders think up, back, and down. Calf raises, you simply lift up and lower down. Lift, try to hold, and lower. 3. These calf raises are always sneaky. I think, yeah, there's balance and work, but it certainly feels like a break. And then the next day, the day after that, wondering, why am I so sore around the calves? It was this, remember this. 7, because we don't isolate this muscle too much. 8. Although with our yoga practice, we do more so than other exercises, other movement patterns. That's 10. Okay, my hands need a break. Maybe yours do too. Set down those weights for just a second. Give it a little shake out. As we reset, the second around the world, we'll start all with the left leg going forward to the side and back. Okay, pick up the weights. Let's get moving. I'm going to switch my direction just for the sake of camera. Left foot forward and in, to the side and in, back and in. One time, round the world. We've got 9 more. Forward, lateral, and reverse. I should have mentioned this earlier, but certainly if the over-concentration on one leg is too much, you could be splitting these up side to side. Overall, we should end with 15 around the world on the left leg, 15 on the right leg. Sometimes just balancing out the movement rather than taking it out completely from a practice. Finding that different variation is what is needed. I'm on 5. 6. Keep concentrating on the breath with the movement. Few more. We're in it. Looking good. We've got this. 2 more. And last one of this rep. Calf raises, keep holding on to those weights. Broaden across the chest, take a breath in, and let's go for 10. We lift and lower. Try to find that balance point at the top for just a moment. Heel straight up, not falling out to the side. If you're white knuckle gripping your weights, can you soften that just a bit? We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, set down the weights for a moment. Let your hands relax. Okay, last round, 5 around the world's on the right side, 5 on the left. Pick your weights. Choose no weights if best. I'm going to try a couple of reps with my heavier weights. Remember the space that you're using so that everything else is out of the way. Safety first. Let's go for it. Right foot. I'm going to go right to left like that, exchanging each time. Right foot forward to the side and back. That way, since I'm not sure if I'll make all 10 reps with the weights, it's still an even distribution. Back to the right side. Most common thing is to start to let the chest really fall forward and down on that lateral lunge. Rather, you have a more shallow step out to the side and be able to keep the chest upright. 5. And 6. Good. Looking good, ladies. Stay with it. I'm going to switch to body weight for 7. And this is a really nice way to also check in. The switching side to side seem to complement your body functions a bit more, a bit less, so that as you come into the practice again, maybe next week doing a circuit, you can always modify to the way that works best for you. Okay, I've got 10 in. We've got 10 more calf raises. And then we're back down to our core. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sometimes the repetition of the resistance work will feel boring to me for a little moment. Perhaps you feel the same. And suddenly I look over at the clock, and we're almost done. What I thought was boring ate up a lot of time, and we got in the full body workout. Come down to the mat. Choose hands behind you or hands right in front of the chest. Hover the feet. 15 in and outs here. We go back and up 5 times to the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just when my hip flexors start to grip, I'm going to switch it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch to the second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in that effort to work front, sides, and backs and every major component of the body, here we are. Back extensions. 10 here, and we are ready to stretch it out after that. So here we are. Let's do it. 10. And release. 9. You can do this. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one, last one. Press it back to child's pose. Big exhale, breath out, let it be. And come back down to the belly, lift for cobra, stretch out the abs. We'll change to a lunge here. So if you push up to all fours and then right foot forward, keep the back knee down. Take the hands up to the front thigh. Let the hips move a little down and forward. With the right leg forward, swing the left arm across, hook it. And then change left arm behind your back, overhead for the tricep. Right hand can hold on to the left elbow to keep it close into the head and a little further back. Release the hands on either side of the front leg. Kick the hips back to straighten the leg. Good long stretch to the back of the leg. You keep a little bend in the knee, at least for me, it helps to get into the calf stretch as well. Good today after those calf raises. All right, and then we'll switch it around to the other side. Left knee comes forward. Take both hands to the front thigh. And again, hips can go a little down and forward, still feeling a nice amount of lift through the front side. Swing the right arm across a little bit down in its direction. Hook the left arm just above the elbow. Stretch out the shoulder here. And then we switch to the tricep stretch. A little pat on the back. Job well done. Lower the hands on either side of the front leg. Kick the hips back. Same thing here as you stretch through the back of the leg into the hamstrings. Use that little tiny bend in the knee to get also a spotlight stretch into the calf. Soleus, gastrocnemius there. Fun muscle names. And change to all fours. A few rounds of cat and cow. Notice how the body is moving and grooving here at the end of a steady, full workout. We end yoga class with hands in prayer and namaste. I like to end here with a good hug. Give yourself a hug, shake a little from side to side. Change the opposite arm on top as well. A little rotation with it. Okay, that's it for Triple B. Thank you.